Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the sometimes confusing world of corporate filings. Today we're diving into Triller Group Incorporated's latest report. It seems like they've been on a bit of a roller coaster, and this filing might just tell us why. Before we dive in, if you find value in these deep dives, make sure you are subscribed and join our Discord community linked in the description below for more discussions. Alright, let's get straight to it. Triller Group Incorporated has filed an 8K report, which is basically a notification of some important events that have happened. Think of it as a company shouting out something significant for investors and the public to know. The main story here revolves around their listing status on the Nasdaq stock market. It is December of 2025, and the company has just received some crucial news regarding whether their stock will continue to be traded on Nasdaq. The company has been in a bit of trouble with Nasdaq. Specifically, they've been struggling to keep up with Nasdaq's requirements for filing important financial reports on time. We're talking about their annual report for 2024 and quarterly reports for the first 3 quarters of 2025. Missing these deadlines is a big deal in the stock market world. Because of these missed filings, Triller Group received letters from Nasdaq saying they were at risk of being delisted, meaning their stock could be kicked off the exchange. But instead of just giving up, the company took a proactive step. They requested a formal hearing with the Nasdaq hearings panel to explain their situation and hopefully convince Nasdaq to let them stay. And guess what? That hearing on the 25th of November 2025 resulted in a decision. On the 3rd of December, Triller Group received a letter from Nasdaq essentially saying they've been granted a lifeline. They will continue to be listed on Nasdaq, but they have to meet some very specific conditions within certain timeframes. This is a critical moment for the company. So, what are these conditions? The first one is pretty straightforward. They need to fix that original problem and show Nasdaq they are compliant with the filing rules by the 24th of December of 2025. That is a very tight deadline. Next up, they need to make sure their stock price stays above $1. This is a common rule on major stock exchanges to ensure a certain level of market value. They have until the 27th of February 2026 to get this done. If the stock price dips below $1 for too long, they could still face delisting. And finally, a big one. They need to file their complete annual report for the fiscal year 2025 by the 31st of March 2026. This involves a lot of financial reporting and needs to be accurate and timely. During this exception period, as Nasdaq calls it, Triller Group also needs to keep Nasdaq in the loop about any significant events that might affect their compliance. It means they are under a microscope and need to be extra careful and transparent. To let the world know about this decision, Triller Group issued a press release on the 9th of December 2025. This filing includes that press release as an exhibit, which is essentially a public announcement to communicate this news to their investors and the wider market. Looking at the details of the company's securities, Triller Group has common stock. The par value is really just a nominal accounting value and doesn't reflect the market price. What is more interesting is that their stock trades under the ticker symbol ILLA on the Nasdaq capital market. They also have warrants. These are like options that give holders the right to buy shares of the company's stock at a specific price. In this case, each warrant allows someone to buy a quarter of a share at $23. These are also traded on Nasdaq under the symbol ILRW. Warrants can sometimes signal future dilution if they are exercised, so it is something to keep an eye on. Now, let's talk about what this all means for Triller Group and its investors. Receiving this exception period from Nasdaq is a temporary reprieve, not a permanent solution. The company is clearly facing significant operational and perhaps financial challenges that have led to these late filings. The conditions set by Nasdaq are demanding, and failure to meet any one of them could result in delisting. The fact that they've struggled with basic filing requirements raises questions about their internal controls and management effectiveness. Investors would want to understand why these filings are late. Is it due to a lack of resources, a complex business model, or something else entirely? The $1 minimum bid price requirement is also a red flag. It suggests that the market valuation of Triller Group has been struggling and its stock price has been quite low. For a company to be in danger of delisting due to stock price, it usually indicates underlying business issues or a lack of investor confidence. However, the company's proactive request for a hearing Nasdaq's decision to grant an exception period shows that they are fighting to stay listed. This could be seen as a sign of resilience or simply a desperate attempt to buy more time. The upcoming deadlines on the 24th of December, the 27th of February, and the 31st of March are crucial. Success in meeting these will be a significant positive indicator. Failure will likely mean their shares will no longer be available on Nasdaq, which would severely impact liquidity and investor interest. Looking ahead, Triller Group needs to demonstrate not only compliance with Nasdaq's rules, but also a clear path to sustainable business operations and profitability. The focus for investors should be on future financial performance, strategic execution, and how the company plans to regain market confidence. This filing is a clear signal that the company is currently in a critical phase, and its ability to navigate these challenges will determine its future as a publicly traded entity. Alright, that is our breakdown of Triller Group's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think they can meet Nasdaq's demands? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.